There's a lot of noise about digital money, surveillance, and cash disappearing. Most of it is wrong, but some of it tells you where things are heading. I want to explain this in a way that actually makes sense because a lot of people hear terms like digital currency and immediately tune out. A central bank digital currency, or CBDC, is basically digital cash issued by a government. It's not crypto, and it's not your bank account. It would be the same national currency we already use, just without physical bills. Everything would happen electronically. Now, here's the key difference between digital money and cash. Cash is private by default. If you hand someone a $20 bill, there's no automatic record of that transaction. Digital money is different. Digital systems create records. Every transaction leaves a trail. Supporters argue this kind of system could make payments faster, cheaper, and more convenient. No waiting for checks, fewer delays, and potentially easier access for people who don't use traditional banks. On the surface, that sounds appealing. But the concern, and this is where people start paying attention, is control and visibility. If money is fully digital and centrally issued, whoever runs the system can potentially see how money moves, when it moves, and where it moves. That doesn't automatically mean abuse, but it does mean the rules around privacy matter far more than they ever have before. With cash, you don't need permission to spend your own money. With digital systems, spending always depends on access to the network. Another issue people don't think about is resilience. What happens if systems go down, access is restricted, or policies change? When money exists only digitally, your access depends on software, rules, and compliance, not physical possession. That's why there's so much debate happening right now. This isn't just about technology. It's about how much independence individuals have inside a modern financial system. Digital money can be convenient. It can also be powerful. And anytime something powerful gets built, the real question isn't what it can do, it's who controls it and what limits exist on that control. That's the conversation people should actually be having. Now, let me ground this in reality for a second, because there's a lot of confusion and exaggeration out there. As of February 8th, 2026, there is no law in the United States that mandates a digital dollar. There is no requirement forcing Americans to use a central bank digital currency. And there is no U.S. law that has officially put one into effect. What has happened is a political fight around it. Congress has debated multiple bills related to digital money. Some are designed to block a government-issued digital currency entirely. One of those bills passed the House, but it has not passed the Senate, which means it is not law. Other laws that have passed focus on regulating private digital dollars, like stablecoins. That's a completely different thing from a government-controlled digital currency, and it's a distinction most people miss. So here's the honest status right now. A digital dollar is not mandated, not live, and not legally required. What does exist is research, pilot discussions, policy debates, and infrastructure planning, all moving in different directions depending on who's in power. And that's actually the key point. This didn't happen overnight. Big systems never do. They're slowly positioned, debated, tested, and normalized. Policy comes first. Infrastructure comes next. Mandates, if they ever happen, come last. So when you hear claims that it's already law or it's already mandatory, that's not accurate today. But when people say the system is being prepared, that part is real. The smart response isn't panic, it's awareness. Understanding the difference between what is law today and what may be built tomorrow is how you stay ahead instead of getting blindsided later. That's where this sits right now. Don't fear. Know that Tier 1 assets like silver, gold, and assets like XRP are a safe bet as the old system collapses. Sending you my love. No fear, my friends.